Hi, this is another edition of the Spectre. I'm DS Yoxheimer, and I haven't talked about the Charlottesville thing. I haven't been talking about politics in particular much on this channel. I'm just fucking sick of it because Donald Trump makes me want to just fucking makes the thought. It's hard even to say his name anymore. I'm just sick. I'm fucking sick of Donald fucking Trump. I wish he would fucking go away, but he won't. So, anyway, so I am in the Bloomsburg area. I'm going to be working here soon. I just got a job, and I'm pretty happy about that. I like Bloomsburg. It's a nice little town, and but recently there's a radio station in Bloomsburg called WHLM, and it is the guy he was the new media director, whatever the fuck that means. And he was at the alt-right or the Charlottesville riot, complete clusterfuck, whatever you want to call it. He was there, and he apparently tweeted something that was basically pro alt-right, whatever it was. It was something like the alt-right will sleep tight tonight or something like that. I saw a flash of it once just on TV when they were doing a news story on it, and he took down his Twitter, and I saw the video he put on YouTube that said "Unite the Right," and it's just basically some drone footage of people carrying, well, I don't even call them people, fucking cockstains carrying tiki torches, doing this. Oh, hail stupidity! Whatever. Hail Donald Trump! And I'm holding a tiki torch in the other hand. That's what I was pantomiming. So anyway, he took this, and I don't know exactly if the dude's like, I'm not saying the guy's a Nazi. I think he's just a bit of a conservative nit fuck. And anyway, I was listening to the radio station the past, like, week or so or whatever. And on it, Dave Riley, by the way, his parents own the radio station he works for. So I can see why he likes Donald Trump, because everything he has is because of his parents. And he was a heroin addict, and his dad was on the air talking about all this shit, and talking about how his son bravely, or whatever, he just very selflessly tendered his resignation because all the advertisers were pulling from the radio station, and the local sports, the high school sports, all that, they were pulling. They didn't want that broadcast on their station anymore. So all the local support was just leaving them, and there were protesters out front for a couple of days who had nothing better to fucking do. And I'm not saying this guy's a neo-Nazi. I think he's a fucking bag of dicks, but I don't think he's a neo-Nazi. His dad's a bag of dicks too. So his dad, I think his name's Joe Riley. He was on the air going on and on about how his son, he got addicted to smack, and then he stopped, he kicked it, and then talking about what a great kid he is, and then he won some award in broadcasting or radio broadcasting of some kind of citation, if you want to call it that, for doing a piece on his kicking heroin addiction, which is cool, like whatever, that's nothing. I mean, no judgment. He got hooked on some bad, people get hooked on drugs. So anyway, he tenders his resignation, and his dad's going on and on and on about all of his son's views, which he was talking about some of his son's views, and some of them are kind of a little extreme. I mean, he has a zero immigration. He wants zero immigration, and his father said his son thought it was such a unique idea to have zero immigration because, why don't these people stay in their own countries and improve their own countries instead of coming here? And I'm saying, there's some logic to that, of course, but, if you're in fucking Iran or Kazakhstan, or I don't know how bad Kazakhstan is, I'm only basing that on the Borat movies, but you're in some shit splat fucking country, and you want a better life for you and your family a little sooner than later, maybe trying to fix your own country isn't the most realistic avenue to take. I mean, you know what? I mean, this little douchebag who got hooked on smack and in college, and then his parents gave him a cushy gig at the radio station. You know, you go to one of those third world countries and fucking try to, you know, turn things around before you say, hey, these people shouldn't come here. No, you can't come to this country. You should go to your country and fix that place the way we fixed America, by coming here and taking it from the Indians and fucking killing them and telling the Mexicans to stay the fuck down there. They can't even come to New Mexico because it's a New Mexico. It's not the old Mexico with Mexicans or whatever. I know that didn't make a lot of sense. It was a stupid rant. But that's what I'm saying. And there's been this diatribe thing that this Joe Riley did on a loop about, first they took, you know, about taking away their speech, not our speech, their speech, taking away they took the prayer out of schools, and now they're taking our statues and our history away, our Confederate racist statues, and all this stuff, and they're attacking our community, that being Bloomsburg, and taking away its voice by scaring away advertisers and taking away people's, you know, right to make a living, you know? And maybe your right-wing son shouldn't be down there making right-wingy tweets around a bunch of Nazis! Did that ever fucking occur to you? If I'm white, do you think I want to be pictured next to a fucking Klansman? I'd lose my goddamn job! Nobody wants to be associated with those fucking people. That's what we fought World War II over, to defeat the Nazis, not fucking goddamn be empathetic towards them and walk around on eggshells around them. One of them ran over a woman in a car, you asshole! Fuck you, Joe Riley, and your fucking stupid, spoiled, junkie son! That was that a little over the top? Yeah, it was. But that's how I feel about it. It's fucking bullshit. They're playing into victimization. They're not admitting any real fault. It's like Donald Trump. He's never culpable for anything he says or does. You know, he came into office, he said, I'm gonna repeal Obamacare and replace it. With what, Donald? What are you gonna replace Obamacare with? Huh? What are you gonna replace it with? Nothing. You had no idea. You bluffed your way into the presidency. You use it like a magic wand. All you did was do a bunch of executive orders. Any president can do some executive orders. You know, issue a really bigoted travel ban to appease all your racist supporters. You know, that's all you did. That's all Donald Trump did. You know? And these fucking white people. Now, I'm not saying white people are bad. I'm white. It's nothing to do with that. These people who think they're being so victimized because someone is finally because some people in society are standing up to them and telling them that they're a bunch of assholes and that, yeah, they're kind of bigots. Because they don't have any other option than to stand up to them and to the ignorant shit they say and to what they represent. They should. People should have been picketing and holding signs up in front of that radio station because your son was at a hate rally and he wasn't standing up against those people. For all intents and purposes, he was there in support of them. And from everything I heard from that radio station and from the message that the one that they keep rerunning periodically, they take no culpability for what they're doing. They're saying everybody is being bigoted towards them because of what they represent. Because of what they represent is backwards. Just like everything that Donald Trump represents is backwards. It's racist. And Donald Trump is a racist. For all intents and purposes. He's not a racist in that he's like a Ku Klux Klan member, you know, out there in some clearing in the woods lighting a fucking cross. He's not that kind of racist. He's someone that uses race to create chaos. He uses the racial tension in this country. He didn't do anything to bring people together. He wanted people, you know, fighting amongst each other. He wanted to be a shit stirrer. He wanted to use this because he knew chaos, to him, is a ladder. And it helped him. That's the only thing. That's how he operates, is chaos. He doesn't fix anything. He's running this country like he runs his businesses. He says the same shit at his rallies that he says when he's at his boardroom meetings or whatever, when he was running Trump Enterprises. The same rhetoric. He doesn't know what he's doing. He has accountants and attorneys and people who know what the fuck they're doing, handling all this shady business. And now, the ignorance of this country has inflicted Donald Trump upon us. Making Donald Trump president is like weaponizing him. It's like weaponizing his ignorance and to some extent what you call his celebrity. Because everybody knows who the fuck he is. And people like Putin like him. Because Putin's smart. Donald Trump's a fucking moron. You know? And I do think the Russians interfered with our election. They wanted Trump to win. Like I said, they wanted, I mean, the Russians, and I felt this for months, the Russians wanted to weaponize Donald Trump against the country, against us. What better way to do it? Don't launch a nuclear missile into us to fucking destroy us. Pick the worst, most awful person in America and make him president. And they did. And these fucking morons still defend him. These conservative fucking, I don't want my tax dollars going towards that. I don't want national health care because that might help some people. They get so pissed off at someone at the grocery store using a fucking SNAP card. But they don't get pissed off at people like Donald Trump who can declare bankruptcy and then, for some reason, they're back on top again, seemingly. Even though Donald Trump has such an elaborate web of debt that I don't think Ben Affleck's character from the movie The Accountant could fucking uncook that shit. That's how bad Donald Trump's business is. That is his financial state is. I don't even think liquid he's an actual billionaire. I don't think he really, if he had to settle up all his debts and he would be back into debt, probably at least $1 billion. All the properties he has and just everything. All of his just real estate assets, everything that is basically a house of fucking cards. That's what Donald Trump is, a fucking house of cards. And WHLM, if that place is fucking closed, good. You know, maybe like that radio station should be repurposed with another format, just more new people in there. You know, people, younger people. More idealistic people instead of these backward ass fucking conservatives who have the same failed fucking ideas, who don't see to the future, who think that, climate change isn't real, who they're not worried about some crazy person getting a gun from a gun store and shooting up a fucking mall or a school, but they're afraid of transgender people coming into our public restrooms. That's their big fucking fear, It's fucking pathetic. America is, I think, at its most pathetic right now. And I am downright ashamed to be an American and to be associated with the people, with the rubes that go to these Trump rallies still and hold up signs of support for that despicable, vile man. And that's all I have to say about that. My name is DS Yoxheimer. I am the Spectre. If you like my videos, subscribe below and comment whatever the fuck you want. I'm sure it's going to be some fucking hateful shit if people watch this video. A few nice things, hopefully. Anyway, take care.